it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Welcome back to Fanboy Fridays. It's been a while. It's been a while. But Fanboys.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
I
see what I'm saying.
I thought.
No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now, you know that, don't you?
Yeah.
You know you done fucked up, don't you?
All right. So as you see, we had to come back with an episode of the Fanboy Files because you fanboys had disappeared for a while. You know, I guess you got tired of getting slapped in the face. I guess you got tired of hearing the truth about your false king. I guess you got tired of repeating the fanboy anthem, but you guys are back and nothing new to say. Same old story. But since you're showing back up, matter of fact, I would say this. You guys have even less to say than normal. What I have noticed, and the people who watch my channel on a regular basis, let me know if you've noticed as well. What I have noticed is that you LeBron James fanboys have gone into desperation because you are saying stuff that is just utterly, completely untrue in the sense that it's just a Google search away some of the stuff you guys are saying. Some of the stuff I've been saying on Facebook, I'm just like, I can't tell if it's y'all just trolling or if it's just like desperate deliriousness that you guys are just like, you know, got Tourette's and just spitting out the first thing that comes to your mind because you're so emotionally triggered by the facts. But anyway, you're back, and so we're back. And without further ado, oh, actually, you know what? Before we get into this, I just want to say this too. This kind of represents, like I said, members of the CFL, you capping for LeBron, shameless, gutless, emotional. I don't even know how else to describe you. You guys are so duplicitous and speaking out of both sides of your mouth and never can remember what you say. And I'm saying this because a couple of days ago, I was scrolling through YouTube and I came across a new channel, a guy who was pretty much just roasting LeBron James. And, you know, he was on point, saying stuff that we all know about LeBron James, about him having no bag and, you know, him being uncoachable, you know, just everything that anybody with common sense knows about LeBron James. But he's super, like I said, he's a new channel, just got started. I looked, he has like 40 subscribers. I wish I could remember his name because he was kind of entertaining. You know, I watched it. It was like a 30-minute long roast of LeBron James. If I come across it again, I'll give him a shout out so you guys can go give him a follow if you want to. But anyway, 30-minute long roast of LeBron James. And he had one comment in the comments. And of course, it was from one of the soulless fanboys. And they were saying to him, or the guy said to him, he was like, "You're never going to get anywhere with horrible takes like this, bashing the king." And it got me thinking. When I first started this channel a year ago, you fanboys used to get in my comments and say that same sort of thing. You used to get in my comments and say, "Oh, your channel's never going to go anywhere with takes like this." And it's funny because now you guys say, "Oh, you can't get any views without LeBron." Now you say, first it was, I was never going to take off saying anything about LeBron. And now it's, I can't get any views without LeBron. Fanboys, the only thing I speak is the truth. And before we get started with fanboy number one, let me say this. Again, this channel is about combating the endless narratives, the fake narratives, the false narratives, the blatant lies that they tell about LeBron James. Now, let me say this for you fanboys who are, so tied up into your king's well-being. Let me say this. LeBron James just happens to be the name. LeBron James just happens to be the name, but the guy could be named Gary Sanders or Bill Martin. I'm just making up names, or William Shatner. It doesn't matter what the name is. Anybody who comes into the NBA conducting themselves like this would be getting roasted in the same way. And it's not even about roasting. This is about telling the truth. Anybody, LeBron James just happens to be his name. But anybody who comes into the NBA destroying the integrity and lowering the standards of a game that we all love will get this same kind of reaction. Not only lowering the standards by self-proclaiming the GOAT while lowering the standards, while playing a low integrity brand of basketball, it will get the same thing. So his name just happens to be LeBron James, but what his name is doesn't matter. It's what he's doing to the sport. That's what matters. So there you go, fanboys. And without further ado, let's get into fanboy number one. All right, fanboy number one. This comes from my John Sally Says LeBron James may be the GOAT on Gil's Arena's video. And this fanboy says, of course, every time an NBA player says some other player is the GOAT, Jordan fans can't start crying. What a pathetic fan base. Fanboy, let me tell you, the time that you took, I need to start asking you guys, like, what are you trying to accomplish by writing this? That's the first question. Fanboy, what is your intentions on writing this? What did you think was gonna happen when you put this in my comments? Did you think Jordan fans were gonna look at it and be like, oh yeah, he's right? First of all, let me say this. If you want to talk about a fan base crying, when you follow a guy who is flopping and whining, not only is he's flopping and whining so much that he actually detracts from the game of basketball. Again, you're supporting a guy who has compilations of flopping. What are you talking about, fanboy? You're supporting a guy who has compilations of his team having to play 4-on-5 defense because he's not getting back because he's busy whining about a call that he didn't get. Fanboy, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Whining and crying. And may I say, the fact that you in my comments, this is an example of you whining and crying. Why are you worried about my video? Why did you even watch my video? I've seen you on my channel before. You know what it is. You know what this channel is. Why are you even in my comments at all? Because you in my comments is an example of you whining and crying. You saw my video and now you're in my comments whining and crying about my video. Let's go to his next comment. He says, bad boys, Detroit Pistons forever. Your so-called GOAT could not beat the and he didn't even finish the sentence. So everybody can speculate. I'm assuming he meant could not beat them. But anyway, fanboy, Jordan did beat the bad boy Pistons. He swept the bad boy Pistons. What are you talking about? And while we're comparing, how many championships does the bad boy Pistons have? 2 championships, 1 2-peat. The Bulls has 2 3-peats. Fanboy, what are you talking about? Why are you in my comments? You know what? Here's the thing about all of you. You know, it's mostly LeBron fans, but it's some crossover between those so-called hardcore Detroit Pistons fans and LeBron's fans, because the bottom line is all of them dislike Jordan, so they get together to try to put out these ridiculous narratives. Hey, fanboy, let me tell you something about your Pistons and let me tell you something about LeBron James. No matter what you want to say about them, This is what we got to get to. The point of it all is no matter what you say about Jordan, you can say he's whining, you can say he's crying, you can say he's an a-hole or how he treated his teammates. You can say whatever you can say, oh, well, he had a gambling addiction. You can say all of these things, but at the end of the day, what you can't say is he's not 6-0 in the finals. That's what you can't say, fanboy. It doesn't matter whatever else you want to say about Michael Jordan. What you can't say is that he's not 6-0 in the finals. That he's not 6-0 and never went to a game 7. You can't say that. What you can't say is that he wasn't winning scoring titles and first team all defense in the same years. One of those years getting defensive player of the year. That's what you cannot say. You can't say he didn't do that. So whatever you want to, back up these Detroit Pistons, the bottom line is they got 1 2-peat. Chicago has 2 3-peats. Stay out my comments, please. And last but not least, same fanboy. Just like a true Jordan fan, all you do is cry. Okay, fanboy, you said that in the first comment, and this is the same video. So I guess all you do is repeat yourself with this nonsense. What are you talking about? Again, you follow the crying king. The bigger, stronger, faster guy who somehow you touch him, he's flying 20 feet across the floor. What are you talking about, fanboy? I'm going to just tell you this. You are ridiculous, so is your king. Let's move on. All right. Fanboy number 2. Ridiculous, lonely. Fanboy number 2. This comes from the same video. He says, LeBron just shot a career high in 3-point percentage in year 21. How you gonna say LeBron don't work on his game? He couldn't shoot when he came in the league at all. Lou was fired from Cleveland. LeBron didn't leave him. Okay. So first of all, no one cares that in year 21, when LeBron James' effectiveness as a player as a whole has severely decreased. Did he make third team all NBA this year? And that's debatable if he should have made that. No one cares that in year 21, your king finally shot a decent 3-point percentage. And I'm going to say this as well. I have always said LeBron James is the most inconsistent superstar. Let's see if he keeps up this 3-point percentage until he retires. 1 year, he shoots a good 3-point percentage out of 21 years, and you want to claim that? Are you crazy? Do you know how ridiculous you sound? Let's see if he keeps this up until he retires. This 1 year of shooting a good 3-point percentage does not make him good, and this doesn't even prove that he's truly improved on his percentage. This is 1 year out of 21. What are you talking about? And yes, so I'm going to say he doesn't work on his game again, because the things that you are known for, people talk about it. The thing that gets talked about LeBron James is how he works on his body. That's all you hear. 24/7 from the media, from ESPN, from other players, is everything is about how he works on his body. Not how he works on his game. Again, I'm sure you know people who are known for certain things. They can be known for being promiscuous. They can be known for being a hard worker. They can be known for various things. But the bottom line is what they are known for gets talked about. LeBron James gets talked about for working so hard on his body. We do not hear the stories of LeBron James playing like it's game 7 in practice. You don't hear those stories because that is not what he's known for, because guess what? That's not what he does. If that's what he did, we would hear about it. If that's what he did, that would be the narrative surrounding LeBron James, but that is not what he does. So yeah, fanboy, he doesn't work on his game. It's very evident. Just look at your TV screen if you know how to do that. And then his second comment, fanboy, like, you guys are just an emotional wreck lately. I get it though, because you're seeing the kingdom crumble. I know it's hard on you, but I tried to warn you a year ago. I said, prepare yourself now. Prepare yourself so that it won't feel like your whole world is crumbling. I know you guys have dedicated your whole life, have dedicated every breath in your body because you think that one day you'll meet LeBron James and he's going to embrace you and say, hey, let's be best friends. I appreciate how you have defended my name for years. I appreciate it how you have defended all these lies I've been selling everybody. I really appreciate that you guys have no morals and integrity and are willing to do that for me. So I tried to prepare you guys that your whole world was going to come crashing down, but you didn't listen. So now you're in this emotional state when you're seeing all your favorite people start to say things about LeBron James, like your Kendrick Perkins. You saw the rant Rashad McCants did on Gil's Arena. You saw Reggie Miller try to slip in a subliminal shot at LeBron. Like you're seeing all these things. You're seeing everybody give him criticism for the Darvin Ham situation. Like you're seeing all these things, and I get it. Like you all probably want to sit in your room, ball up in the corner, and you probably want to cry because your identity is defending LeBron. But hey, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna take a while. But you guys will be okay when you step out of the delusion and join us all in reality. So this next comment, he says, Jordan is the GOAT of gambling. Fanboy, why did you take your time to write that? Seriously, that's what we need to address. Out of all the things you should be doing, why did you take your time to write that statement in my comments? Okay, so Jordan may be the GOAT of gambling, but let me tell you something. He is the GOAT of basketball as well. Again, you guys throw these shots that have nothing to do with basketball. Again, no one cares if Jordan is an a-hole. No one cares. One thing has nothing to do with the other. If I met Michael Jordan and he was an a-hole to me, I would be like, wow, Michael Jordan was an a-hole to me. Depending on what he say to me, we might even have a physical conflict. But even if we got into a physical fight, I'd be like, wow, man, I had to fight Michael Jordan. But he's still the GOAT. Those two things are separate. I don't get why you fanboys don't understand that. But anyway, let's move on. Fanboy number 3, and this actually comes from the Rashad McCants video, tells the whole truth about LeBron James. Fanboy number 3 says, LeBron is the most hated player in the world. Y'all need to stop and give that man his flowers. Okay. So, first of all, LeBron James has brought every ounce of hate that he gets upon himself. I actually do not hate LeBron James because I do not know LeBron James in person. I hate the way LeBron James goes about basketball. I hate the way LeBron James conducts himself. For all we know, maybe it's an act. For all we know. I don't know LeBron James in his personal life, so all I can do is judge the BS that I see him do on TV. All I can do is judge the BS that I see him do in basketball games. Yes, LeBron, if you Google most hated athletes, LeBron James' name comes up. It is all on him. Everything he has done throughout his career has bought this, from leaving Cleveland the first time. Mistake number 1, and how he left Cleveland. I was just watching something on that the other day, and it was like the front office actually had no idea that he was actually going to leave. They were actually preparing for him to be back. They really didn't think he was going to leave. So he blindsided them by leaving. That was mistake number one. Then he gets to Miami and he acts like a cocky a-hole. Him and Dwayne Wade and Bosh and all of them, they were very cocky because, again, for those who like to say it wasn't a super team, well, if it wasn't a super team, why were they so cocky about thinking they were about to win so many championships? They were cocky like that, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, because they knew it was a super team. Fanboys, your king. So that was mistake number 2. He came to Miami and they were very cocky. And then after being so cocky, they lose. And look, and guess whose fault it was, Fanboy? Your king. Can you admit that? 2011 was your king's fault. If LeBron played better, they win the series. There's even been some that suggest that maybe LeBron didn't play as well as he could have because he didn't want Dwayne Wade to win the MVP of that series. And I say, hey, with LeBron James, who knows? I wouldn't put it past him. But again, another reason why he is hated. Then he leaves Miami, goes back to Cleveland. And I guess he thought there was supposed to be some sort of redemption. But by then, everybody was starting to catch on to LeBron James always has excuses made for him. It's never LeBron James' fault. And then he wins 2016 and he declares himself the GOAT. And he's doing stupid stuff like showing up to parties with goats. He's doing the crowning himself gesture. You know, LeBron James has bought every bit of hate that he receives up on himself. And you know what? This is, we're going to end it here because you guys are just so ridiculous. It doesn't even make sense. Here's the thing that you fans boys don't get and that LeBron James doesn't get. You can't do whatever you want in life without consequences. You can do whatever you want in life, but you will suffer the consequences for that. LeBron James, you cannot call yourself the GOAT and not get pushback. Hey, fanboys, let me tell you something. Your king cannot call himself the GOAT and not get pushback. Your king cannot have flopping compilations out and not get pushback. Your king cannot whine every single play, leave his team to play 4-on-5 defense so many times that people notice this is a thing with LeBron James. This is a trend. This is what happens with him often. This is not a one-off situation. This is what he's known for. You cannot do that and not get criticized. You cannot do whatever you want in life and not get pushback. So to all of you ridiculous fanboys, thank you for giving us another Fanboy Files. I hope your day and your month gets worse by the minute, by the hour, and by the day. Until you finally hit rock bottom, and then maybe it'll get so bad that you join us all in reality, and then you can look back at your life and laugh and be like, oh man, I remember when I used to say King James. I remember when I used to say this guy was my king. Okay. Anyway, we are gonna hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I've been noticing the people who view this channel on a regular basis. I've been noticing y'all have been a lot harder on these fanboys lately too. But this is what we got to do because you know, it gets to a certain point where you get tired of repeating yourself to people who don't want to get it. Like you guys, again, you fanboys who support a person who plays such a low integrity brand of basketball. Like you get what you deserve, and that is no respect, just like LeBron James. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.